Healing of aggression, allowing the masters, teachers, and loved ones to choose a life. For codename BlueRazz. And first of all, I want to say thank you for allowing me to be blessed to go into your Akashic records. For those of you who don't know about me, I actually have to trance these readings to see the past life, which means that I will book you and then I will kind of go into like a trance-like sleep and then come back out and get all the information that I can find from based on whatever it is that's being shown to me. And we're basing this on anything that the masters, teachers, and loved ones choose to show us, because it's going to be most healing of aggression, or it's going to be like a clearing or a type of knowledge that might help us in our daily activities in our current life. So when I asked the masters, teachers, and loved ones to show me a life that would be beneficial for you, that would be most beneficial for you to understand or know about, I was brought into China, and I was hearing, when I first went in, I was actually hearing Ming, 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 Ming Dynasty, and I was a little unsure, and so I actually was asking, can you give me a date? Can you give me a date? Can you give me a date? And I picked up on the date 1383. And coincidentally enough, when I came back out of the records, I was Googling 1383 in China, and it was the Ming Dynasty. So yes, both of them matched. So that gave me a little confirmation of I was in the right place as well. It was very interesting watching this life and then coming back out and then tying it all in with actual history was really exciting for me. I always get excited when I view things like this, and it matches everything I see in history, and it kind of goes together. So it's really exciting to view your particular life. I was excited. So I was in the Ming Dynasty in 1383 in China. And I saw you teaching martial arts. And I was asking, is it students? Is it what's going on? And I felt like you were teaching your grandson. And then I was being shown that you had no sons of your own. You had 7 daughters in this life. And when I asked your name, I was picking up on the name Feng, which I thought was Feng. I did later on come out and find that there are so many variations of Feng, and written a little bit different, and maybe pronounced slightly different. I'm not really sure, but there's a lot of that name. So definitely did tie into that whole in China. So it is a popular name and different variations of it. I felt like that martial arts, or a type of martial arts, was like a spiritual thing, was taught down. But then I saw like you really diving into this in this time. And it does make sense, because when I came out of the records and I was kind of looking at a lot of the history, it ties into what I was seeing about it being in a history thing to pass down, and then all of a sudden it's getting a little bit more serious, and I was like, okay, it's more serious to you or something. What's going on with that? I also felt like there was some kind of ancestral ties in your current life. I'm not really sure why they said that, but they said something about ancestral ties. I saw that you had 7 daughters, no sons, and you were teaching your grandsons. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I got that information wrong. You didn't have 7 daughters. You had 7 grandsons. Forgive me. It didn't show me how many daughters you had, but it did show me 7 grandsons. And I have it written down here in my notes. So I was like, okay, sorry about that. That's a little off. But I did see, when I came out of the records, I wrote down 7 grandsons. So it was 7 grandsons and daughters. Not 7 daughters, but your daughters together had 7 grandsons, and your grandsons is who you taught martial arts to. I also saw you working with your hands, making wooden things. I think you actually made wooden things as tools to help you teach martial arts. I'm not really sure what kind of, they're like contraptions type of thing, that I saw that you were making these kind of things to help with learning on your own. I felt like you were peaceful like you would go out into nature and just sit and enjoy. And you liked your spaces alone. You liked to have your alone time. You liked to just sit in the solitude and absorb nature, absorb life, you know, in that manner. A very quiet person, into your own thoughts, and trying to, you know, like concentrate on like maybe higher awareness and connection with all things in a way. Now, when I asked the masters, teachers, and loved ones why they chose this particular life, they said that in this particular life, you felt complete. You felt at peace. But in your current life, you're looking, you might be, have this feeling, and you can let me know if this makes sense, a feeling of searching for a type of purpose, or something maybe missing, or something, searching for something higher or more meaningful, something of that nature. And they said, or they showed me that this life that that was being shown for you is going to give you the knowledge to help you understand yourself a little bit more and find a more peace. So that should help you with that. But there's no healing that needed to be done, or no clearing that needed to be done in this life. It's just the knowledge of understanding this life. Now I did come out of the records, and that's when I started Googling. I was like, okay, 1383 China, came out to the Ming Dynasty, and I wrote a couple of things down here. So the rise of the Ming was between 1368 and 1644. When I get the date of 1383, that's a significant year in your particular life. It could be the day of birth. It could be the day of death. It could be just a day that was the date of marriage. It's usually just a significant date in that person's life. I just pick up on one significant date. So, and also, the Ming Dynasty began a process of today's modern martial arts, which was very interesting how that played and how it was important to you in this life. And it was during the Ming Dynasty, and the Ming Dynasty kind of sets the foundation of our modern martial arts, and how they started putting everything together to develop that modern martial arts, which I was really excited to view. And I feel blessed that I was able to go back into history and view your particular life to see this part of history. It was really exciting for me as a medium and a trance medium, Akashic record trance medium. It was really exciting to see that. And I always get excited when I'm able to view a little piece of history that I personally didn't know about. So, and seeing it firsthand in that way, it's really exciting. So I will edit and add some more information towards the end about the Ming Dynasty and martial arts for you at the end of this. And I hope this reading makes sense for you. And I thank you for allowing me to be blessed to be in your records.